Be here with another edition of the FIFA 19 Burnley career mode, and today this is episode number 2, and today's episode includes two games. In fact, two games. We do Southampton at St Mary's, and then we play Watford at Turf Moor in the first match of the season. So plenty to do for that one. So let's get over to Vicarage Road, get over to St Mary's, where we start our campaign against Southampton without further ado, as we look to do well. We're also in the Europa League. You already know the draw about that one. We've got in that particular we've got that in that particular competition. Just bear with me a second. We've got, so if we look at the standings, so Europa League, we've got Milan, Real Betis and Santa Clara to come, and we play Santa Clara the first game on the 20th of September, and our first home match will be between Burnley and AC Milan on that particular day. But let's get over to the St Mary's, where we take on Southampton in the first game of the Premier League season. Well, Burnley kick off their campaign for 2018-19, an away trip to St Mary's to Southampton, and plenty of new faces in the Burnley side, which we'll talk to you about in a minute. Ben Mee is now the skipper because Tom Heaton has now been sold. Let's look at the Southampton side first of all, with McCarthy in goals, and then it's Cedric, Hoyt, Vestergaard and Matt Targett across the back. Redmond, Lemina, Romeo and Alanusi across the midfield. Gabbiadini and Abu Bakar up from the likes of Charlie Austin and Danny Ings amongst the substitutes. Burnley lined up with Joe Hart in goal, making his debut. Matt Lawton, James Tarkowski, Ben Mee and Luke Shaw. Big signing for Manchester United, complete the back four. Lennon Hughes, who makes his debut. Defoe and Gudmundsson, and Barnes and Mario Balotelli up front. Watch out for Emmanuel Dennis, who could come on for the second half. It's going to be a real tight affair, this one. Be sure about that. Here's Tarkowski breaking forward. It's a good run by Tarkowski. He does really well here. The centre back, and he gets his shot in, and McCarthy was not sure. He didn't dive in the end. But Tarkowski's got a good, decent right foot on him. Not bad for a centre back's finish, but just wide. Well, it's not been the best 31 minutes of football we've seen played so far. Here's Gudmundsson. Good running here. Johan Berg Gudmundsson over the bar. Good hit by the Icelander. And he struck that well, but the ball just swerving all the while over. Here's Balotelli. Back to Barnes. Ashley Barnes straight down the goalkeeper's throat. Not really been a vintage first half, and at the moment it's no surprise that it's goalless. Now Abu Bakar to Gabbiadini. Abu Bakar is making a good run, and here he comes now. Abu Bakar, he's clean through. Abu Bakar beats Joe Hart, and against the run of the play perhaps, Southampton take the lead. Well, St Mary's salutes the first goal of the season, and the Clarets just fell apart defensively. One ball here, and the defender backed off, and in fact it gets a little deflection. It's Ben Mee here, the captain, deflects the shot past Joe Hart, who has got no chance from the moment he deflects. Southampton go ahead. It's real disappointment there for the Clarets, and you might expect that, really. It's his first goal of the league season, and Burnley are in trouble. Here's Balotelli to Lennon. Still Lennon. Away from the defender. Lennon now. Real chance here for Burnley. Lennon now. Right foot. Good save, McCarthy. And Gudmundsson trying to play the ball back in. And Southampton somehow, over hook or by crook, get it clear. We've had 18 minutes of the second half, and it's been a quite a bitty second half. And that's a late challenge on Lennon, which typifies how bitter the game's become. Yellow card's going to be given to Matt Targett, and we're going to see the introduction and the debut of Emmanuel Dennis, the man they've signed from Bruges, the Nigerian a young Nigerian under 21 international. As Gabbiadini comes up to be replaced by former Burnley striker Charlie Austin. So here's a free kick. Aaron Lennon to take the free kick. Can Burnley get themselves back into this game? Lennon floats the free kick in, and they all go for it. Defoe on the turn. It comes to Lennon. Lennon's cross and the header towards goal by Emmanuel Dennis. Flicked out of the air quite superbly there by McCarthy. And good interception there by Defoe. Burnley showed a little bit of urgency all of a sudden. I think with Dennis on it might be that so. And there's a chance for Dennis. Good save, McCarthy. Best chance that Burnley have fashioned maybe in the entire match. And it's come from the substitute. Laid in from Balotelli. And he's hit it straight at the goalkeeper. What has got to say. But still it needed saving. And it's Goodmanson with the corner for Burnley, who trailed by a goal. And the ball back out. And it comes to Hughes. Hughes now running at defenders. It's Will Hughes now for Burnley. Left foot. Oh, unlucky. Really good hit as well by the debutant. Signed from Watford. It was a good hit, but it was going well wide of McCarthy's goal. And in any case, he had the shot covered. Burnley still in this game, but more and more it goes on, the more Southampton it's edging towards here at the moment. Here's Redmond to find Austin. IBA is waiting in the centre. Sutu is Abubakar, and they've made a complete dog's dinner of the clearance, and in comes IBA to run it past the goalkeeper with his head. And that's surely game, set and match with a quarter of an hour to go to Southampton. Burnley's season gets off to the worst possible start. It's Southampton 2, Burnley 0, and St Mary's, as you would expect, goes absolutely stir crazy with delight. Burnley making an absolute hawks of getting the ball away. The ball ricocheted a couple of times, and IBA with the header, diverting it past a wrong-footed Joe Hart, and that should settle it now as a contest. Southampton 2, Burnley 0. There's Mark Hughes. What a delight for him. Here's Lennon. We're into stoppage time. Aaron Lennon comes off Balotelli, and that's well wide. And that's just sum up Burnley's frustration this afternoon. It just hasn't been their day. The Southampton fans enjoying themselves, taking selfies with each other, enjoying the moment. And why not? But it's been a very disappointing day as far as the Clarets have been concerned. McCarthy to take the kick. Some days it just isn't your day. And as it's proved, Burnley just haven't had it. Target's header. Hughes takes possession, but the referee blows for full time. And what a great result that was for Southampton. Comfortable winners. Burnley did have chances throughout the game. They just didn't take it. Abubakar got the first one right on the stroke of half time. And then in the second half, with a quarter of an hour left, Højbjerg making it safe, making it game, set and match, and a dismal afternoon for the Clarets down on the south coast. It's finished here at St Mary's, at a jubilant St Mary's. Southampton 2, Burnley 0. Well, it's not a very good start, is it? Fun game played, 2 goals shipped. We're in the bottom 3, but we can console ourselves that Palace lost, Newcastle lost, Watford lost, Man United and Arsenal lost, and Cardiff and Huddersfield as well prop up the rest. At the other end of the table, Wolves started well with a point. Everton okay, Spurs 1, Fulham 1, Brighton, Liverpool, Southampton obviously, and on top with a better goal difference, in fact a better order, on alphabetical order in fact, are Bournemouth. So that is the way it looks at the moment at the top of the and the bottom of the Premier League. So we're bottom, we're fair from bottom. That's not what we wanted to see at the start. I'm not even going to try and attempt the name. I'm trying to accept everything on offer at the moment, but it's for Dan Adja. I want him to go, and he just will not budge. It's just the interest in the club at the moment. It's just unbelievable. I mean, you look at this now as we train a few of the younger players to get their boosts up there. We've got Diaz, who's going to be absolutely superb. I can't wait to try him out once he's better once again. I think it's really amazing that that we've done well to get the players that we've managed to get in. Obviously, because it is very difficult at some days, and to get the players that you want, obviously. But I think we've got a good nucleus there, and hopefully now we'll have the right sort of capabilities now to really go far as a squad. We'll get Will Hughes onto training as well. Well, there we go. So we'll simulate the training, see if there's any more transfer business needs doing in regards selling, and then we'll get straight on to our second match, of course, is against Watford. And boy, do we need 3 points from that one, because you know, if we can't win this one at home to Watford, then there must be something wrong. Meanwhile, we have an offer from Espanyol. I'd like to get about 8.5 if I could. Pure and simple, we need the money, and I want to have a good spend in the window, in the last day of the window. So we'll look it up a couple of million. I'm sure Espanyol can stretch to that sort of money. No, well, I am surprised. I am very, very surprised. My alter ego is shocked by that. I'm shocked by it. I can't believe it. I was very sure that they did actually. Sometimes you want to try and get the more money as you can, and unfortunately we just can't seem to sell the players for what we want is the right price, and sometimes it is very difficult. Nick Pope has also been the subject of interest from Roma, but we reject that offer because he's going to be our backup goalkeeper for Joe. So it is very difficult at the moment. Westwood now, Besiktas. Now surely we probably went a bit too high last time with our demands, so we're going to try £1 million. Now hopefully Besiktas will take that on board, because I want to get as much money as I can physically for this. So 7.3. Let's try that and see if this works. Okay. At least they're bargaining me. Right, you can for 300 grand less. Good, fantastic. That's good. So we're going to get him for 7 million. It's not what I wanted at the time, but having said all that, it's 7 million quid into our pockets, and that's the important bit at the end of it. Well, Cork has been the subject. Milan want to buy him as well. Let's just cut with Fiorentina here. This is the problem here when you're going in between cutscenes at the moment. Right, so let's see how much they want to pay. We'll try £8 million, see what they say there. We'll see what they go. Yep, so they're matching that. We still might get it for an extra million. I don't know yet. Jack Cork, I'm not so sure yet. I'm going to negotiate with them. I like Jack, but I honestly think we could get a better player in for that money. So I'm going to try and hold out for as much as we can here on this one. I'm going to try 16 million. It's ambitious, I know, to get that sort of money. But okay, we're at 15.3. Well, in that case, no. The answer is no. For a 79 rated player, it's just not on. So here we are, right? So here we are now. We take on Watford. It's a Saturday match. We're at Turf Moor. First home game of the season. Highlights coming up now. Surely now, can we get 3 points to get us back on the road in our final match of the episode? We take on Watford, and can we get 3 crucial points to get us back? Get us on. Get our season absolutely kick-started. Well, welcome to Turf Moor, where Burnley look to banish the awful memories of last weekend's defeat at Southampton. And they keep with the same 11 that started at St Mary's. Joe Hart in goal, and then it's the same back four: Lawton, Tarkowski, me and Shaw. And then it's the same midfield with Lennon and Hughes and Defoe and Goodmanson. And up front we've got Ashley Barnes and Mario Balotelli up front. On the bench there's the pace of Emmanuel Dennis that could cause problems. Robbie Brady there too. That could cause a problem himself. As for Watford, Aurelio Gomez in goal. Then it's a back four of Navarra, Prudel, Jemison and Zeglar. Jemison, of course, signed during the summer. Delafeu, Capu, Shalabar and Success. Dini and Coroni up front. The likes of Krebley and Andre Gray, the ex-Claret, are amongst the substitutes.
Thank you. Enjoy the game.
Well, we've had just shy of 20 minutes here. This is Dini to Zeglar. Into Dini. Real opportunity here for Watford. The ball pulled back and Success was in there. Success again. Hit Crotone and it's come away again. And it's Shaw getting it away for the Clarets. Real backs to the wall stuff there from Burnley. Oh, wait a moment. Delafeu's through. Chance here for Dini. And the shot coming in. And Dini saves. He's saved by Joe Hart. The shot from Dini. Good ball in. Had a second bite. Swivel turn. And Joe Hart was right behind to make the save. Crotone to Delafeu. And it's into Dini and a good save. Well, Joe Hart there with a superb save. Well, we didn't see much until the first 20 odd minutes of the first half, and it's been Watford really that's made all the running so far in the first half, and Joe Hart again required to make the save. Delafeu then with the corner. Floated in there towards Capu, who scores! More defensive misery for Burnley. Etienne Capu puts Watford in front in the rain at Turf Moor. And the whole place is silent by 2,500 Watford supporters who, as you see there, go absolutely mad. They're overjoyed. It's a good corner this from Gerard Delafeu, the former Everton man. Good corner, Capu climbing unmarked. Joe Hart beaten, and all of a sudden Burnley here, who have really lived dangerously in the first half, have finally been breached, and it's the Clarets who trail. This is Barnes. Balotelli further forward, but it's going to be Gomez's ball. It's the first real break that Burnley have put together, even though it ended with nothing to show for it. But here's Delafeu at the other end, and he's beaten Goodmanson to the punch, and it's Crotone in there, and it's 2 right on the stroke of half time, and Watford double the lead. Crotone with the goal, and boy is he overjoyed by that. It's 2-0 to Watford. Their fans are dreaming. And it was one ball here to Delafeu that really caused the problems. Tarkowski was very static in his defence, and Crotone heading it down. No chance, Joe Hart. And all of a sudden here, Burnley are in trouble. It's Burnley 0, Watford 2. And problems upon problems for John Stutzy's side. Not so for Harry Garcia. 2-0 to Watford. We've had 6 minutes of the second half, and here's Emmanuel Dennis, the substitute. Still Dennis. Brady, the other substitute, leaves it, and Stephen Defoe hits it over the bar. That was the opportunity, and Defoe got right underneath it. Dennis. Good play by the Nigerian. Now Balotelli on the turn. Blocked away. Might drop for sure. It has. Now then, Robbie Brady. Stephen Defoe! Good save! Marvellous save by Aurelio Gomez. Defoe hit this true. Hit it well on the left foot. It was terrifically well struck. It was dipping in all the while, but the goalkeeper couldn't take a chance. This is Delafeu for Watford. The ball in and almost off the line. Here's Delafeu. Shalabar over. All of a sudden, both teams now starting to have chances. Off comes Troy Deeney for Watford. On comes Okaka for Watford. So Burnley watching Watford here. They've got Troy Deeney off. Lukaku can be a little bit of a dangerous one, but there's the kick from Hart. Little flick on it will come here for Hughes. Defoe's there. Brady might get him behind. He's got him behind Navarro. Robbie Brady, goal for Burnley. They're back in business. Robbie Brady. Good ball through. The defender caught napping. The Irishman got him behind and smashed it past Aurelio Gomez, who may have got a hand on this. There's the shot. Just gets a little finger on that. But it's not enough. It's in the corner. And Burnley all of a sudden are back in this game. It's Burnley 1, Watford 2. Robbie Brady has set up a fantastic last 20 minutes in prospect now. And here goes Hughes. What a grandstand finish we're in for now. 6 to play. Will Hughes still going. They're backing off. Will Hughes can save by Aurelio Gomez. Looked all the way as if it was an equaliser. Maybe Hughes should have gone further in on the goalkeeper. Maybe that's the one criticism you could point at him. And not only that, he hit it straight at the keeper and made a good save. And that's forward for Joe Hart, who tries to get Burnley moving. And he's got it straight to Lukaku, who's got an open net, and he's fired over the bar. Not that I don't think it's going to matter too much in the final analysis. But Lukaku with a chance there to make it 3-1 and make it absolutely safe. Well, he's blazed over the top, but I don't think it's going to cost Watford too much in the long run. Here's Shaw. Can't find Dennis. Burnley out of ideas here. We've almost played the 3 minutes. Delafeo playing it in. Joe Hart catching. That should be that. And there goes the full-time whistle. And Turfmoor is stunned into silence. It's the 2,500 Watford fans who have travelled up the M1 from Hertfordshire today to the East Lancashire to take all 3 points. Capoue got the first. And then the second goal went in to make it 2-0 right on the stroke of half time. Then Brady pulled one back. Hughes had a chance with 6 minutes to equalise, but it was well repelled by Aurelio Gomez. And Watford have won by 2-1. Burnley no point. Well, to say I'm disappointed at losing my first 2 games is an absolute understatement. I'm angry. 4 goals conceded, 1 goal scored. It's not the start I would have hoped for. It is really tough out there. The leaders at the moment are Chelsea with 6 points, and then Leicester, Bournemouth, Everton, Liverpool, Brighton. Watford will be happy they've won a game as well. So yeah, disappointing start really to the season. Would have liked to have been a lot better, but as I said, at least we got. It might be just the best idea just to get the first 2 defeats out of the way before anything else. It is a disappointment really, and Westwood is I don't know which one's broken down, but he's been sold, and we'll find out where he's gone. He has gone to Fiorentina, and so we've got the better deal out of that, 8 million. So we get another 6 to spend in the window in the latter stages. Boy, do we need it as well. Dan Adji, this is the last time now. Hopefully, if we can get him gone, then brilliant. If not, we're in a certain creek without a certain paddle. That's the big problem. At the moment, the finances stand at 16.2 million. We need it to be a bit more than that. We might have to get an extra player in. Well, at the moment, it's looking very bad at the moment as regards that. 2 more games to come for you as well, and they're both away from home and both in London for the next episode. We've got Fulham at Craven Cottage, and then highlights of the League Cup second round as we take on Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, and then after that Manchester United and then Wolves as well. So plenty to come on the JB Clark YouTube channel. It has been a bit of a disappointment really for this first episode of the career mode. 2 games played, 2 defeats. It's not what we wanted, let's be honest. That is for sure, but we'll be back with the next episode. Hopefully we can get our winning start off away from home. But hope you very much enjoyed episode 2 of the career mode, even though it's been a bad one really for me and for my team. Hopefully we can get back on track in episode 3. So don't forget to join us for that if you can. But for now, from me JB, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye bye.